the top, baby, don't stop. You can have it. You can have it all. Let's go to the top, baby, don't stop. Love, joy, peace. Good life and family. We'll get success. Let's go.
Hey! Welcome to the Tankard Show today. Today we're going to be talking about from tragedy to triumph, finding your own voice. You won't want to miss this guest. We'll be right back after this.
Impact is digital. Impact social.
Impact is enduring, laying a foundation for generations to come, imparting principles, setting standards that persevere, providing education, giving motivation, and inspiring imagination, sowing seeds of courage, self-worth, and significance. The Impact Network for the spirit, soul, and body. Impact is yours.
Welcome back to the Tankard Show right here on Impact Network. Today's Millionaire Madness. Millionaire tip. Be comfortable living with uncertainty. Wealthy people become rich through sensible, risk-taking, and resilience. A lot of life is based on uncertainty. The quality of life is the amount of uncertainty you can comfortably live with. Isn't that good? So what does that mean? That you've got to get okay with not having all the answers. You know, if you go back to your childhood when you're in elementary school, they told you, draw within the box, stay within the circle. And so there were these boundaries that were put in us. And so it created a safety net or stability or a comfort zone. Nothing wrong with being comfortable, but at the same time, if you got to understand everything, I said you got to, that's right. If you got to understand everything that you get in your heart to do, every opportunity, you overanalyze it and you don't step out, a lot of times you'll find yourself not really moving forward because you're looking for everything to be perfect. I'm telling you right now that most entrepreneurs understand that if they're going to be successful, they've got to realize that there's going to be a time where you step out even when you don't understand, you step out even though you don't see everything, you step out even when it doesn't feel good. A lot of times you have to be willing to do things scared, okay? You got to be willing to do things scared. So make sure you keep that in mind. There's a certain amount of risk that we all have to be willing to take. So set in your mind that this year, this is going to be the year that you don't have to know everything. And this doesn't mean that you do everything that comes your way either, but it's something about trusting your instinct and not necessarily having everything logically, but you're trusting what's working on the inside. And I want you to learn how to trust yourself at a greater level, okay? So that's today's Millionaire tip. I hope you take it and run with it, because this is supposed to be the best year of your life without a shadow of a doubt. All right, now it's time for Financial Watch. In today's news, China gold reserves reach alarming levels. While we don't know exactly how much China has, we do know one thing: they're accumulating more gold than ever before. In 2007, China actually overtook South Africa to become the world's largest gold producer. Gold output there, and it's about 70% over within the last 10 years. That's a big deal. I mean, that's a lot. That's a significant amount of gold there being saved. We also know that with enough gold, China could collapse the United States dollar. If China accumulates enough gold, it could replace the United States dollar as the official world currency. If China were to convert a relatively modest part of its 4 trillion foreign dollars into gold, the country's currency could take on unexpected strength in international finance systems. So therefore, you better own gold, because if you don't, you're going to lose, and those that do will win. All right? All right, we'll be right back after this break.
Congratulations to the Impact Network and its founders, Apostle Wayne T. and Dr. Beverly Y. Jackson, for now becoming the only African-American founded and operated international Christian TV network, bringing the gospel to Africa, including over 40 countries and 900 million viewers. We salute you.
Hey, welcome back to the Jewel Tankard Show on the Impact Network, and I'm super excited. I'm sitting here with my girl Tameka Raymond. You look fabulous, by the way. Now listen, I want to tell you first of all, because this woman is doing everything. You're a mommy mogul, you're an entrepreneur, celebrity stylist, and really just doing it all. You have a really powerful, compelling story that I'm not really sure how many people have really had the opportunity to really hear your story from your voice. You know what I mean? And so I want you to kind of take this time to tell us who Tameka Raymond is. Audience, can we give it up for my girl? Woo! Yes.
Excuse my voice, it's gone.
Oh, you're good.
I'm so hoarse. I'm a lot of things. I am a lot of things. I was born and raised in Oakland, California. And from there, you know, Oakland is like a concrete jungle, so to speak. It's a tough city, but I can't imagine being from anywhere else because I've learned so much resilience, and I just learned a lot of things, how you can just, I think it prepared me for what the rest of my life had to show me.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you ever see yourself becoming, and did you always want to be a stylist? Was it a natural knack for you?
You know, it happened when I was really young. My aunt owned a clothing store in Oakland, and we were little and we worked there. And I was so young, like sorting through clothes and steaming stuff and learning about labels and brands. She owned a wholesale consignment shop. Wow. So I learned a lot, like about vintage clothing.
Okay.
And so I guess fashion kind of found me.
Absolutely.
I was kind of grandfathered in. I was born into it.
Yeah. Now your childhood. Tell us a little bit about your childhood. Was it a rough experience? Did you grow up? Your parents? What was?
You know what? My mom and dad were together until I was like 13.
Oh, okay.
So I had both parents in the house. My father, however, had a bunch of children previously and since and after. But I won't say it was a rough childhood. I think my teenage years were probably a little more rocky once my parents split.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. So that was really hard for you. Were you still at home with your mom?
I was living with my mom and dad, and then when they broke up, we moved with my grandma, my mother and I.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And so that's when it got a little more challenging.
You know, I had a pretty normal, I'd say. It got a little rocky probably when I got older, like in high school. Because I think my father wasn't as present, you know, as he should have been. Okay, gotcha. So basically, you've experienced what it's like not to have a father. And, you know, I talk a lot about family. You know, we've got the family show, and I believe strongly in family. We do a lot on fatherlessness. So did you feel like at that point in your life, for all probably little girls, having a father is probably a really big deal for them to be present? Well, let me say this, disclaimer, my father was never gone completely, but I think there was definitely, I could tell there was a difference once the family split, not having him over my shoulder, you know, I got old-fashioned spankings from my dad. Gotcha. So the whooping stopped, you know what I mean? So then you get a little more lax and a little more free, you stay out a little later. I think it's important to have the father there. That strong, you know, alpha male figure. He just would straighten. He'd look at me. I'd be like, "We got a problem, Houston."
Right, exactly.
That's right.
And I know, you know, you've endured a lot of pain in your life. You've had a lot of triumph too, but you've also experienced a lot of pain. I want to hear from you, Tameka. What happened surrounding the death of your son Cal? Because of course we can read the papers, radio, TV, whatever, but I want to kind of hear from you what happened there.
You're right. I've endured a lot of, I guess would say, unthinkable pain and tragedy and losses. But with my son Kyle, that obviously is the most devastating thing I think can happen to any parent. To lose a child is something you never can prepare for. People always compare it to losing a parent. I said, well, no, it's not the same, because, you know, losing your parent is kind of the natural progression. It's kind of how life is, the circle of life. You bury your parents, unfortunately. But lose a child, it just kind of throws off your life's feng shui, so to speak. He was with his father on a just a couple days after 4th of July, and they always would take a trip. His father has a new wife, and they went to the lake, and there was an accident, and my son was just laying on a tube, and a jet ski. One of the people that was with them was like a group of friends. The person was reckless. He was driving fast, first time on a jet ski, zipping around the lake, splashing the boat, blah blah blah. Ran over the kids on the tube, and my son took the brunt of it. There was 2 children on there, my son and another little girl, and he didn't die because of a life support or anything like that. He died as a result of he had traumatic brain injury, and so he was in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Wow.
I prayed and fasted, and I just held a vigil next to his bed. And eventually, I told him, when we were by ourselves, I said, you can make a choice. I think that when you're in that kind of vegetative state, I think you have a choice. I think you are having conversations with God. Right. I think you see what the other side is like. And I told him, I said, if you don't want to come back, Mommy's going to be okay with it. I wasn't, I'm not. I'm like, Kyle, okay, wait a minute. You were supposed to choose that.
You said it.
Sure. I gave him.
When we get back, we got to go to break. Okay. But I want to hear, because I know out of that, you've birthed a phenomenal foundation that I want to hear about. So we'll be right back right after this break.
Thank you.
Impact is digital. Impact social. Impact is healing. Healing for the spirit, for the soul, and the body. Healing for the generations. Healing for our cities, and healing for the nations. Healing yesterday's wounds, bringing today's hope and tomorrow's prosperity. The Impact Network, for the spirit, soul, and body. Impact is yours.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move? In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
We will not wait any longer.
In front of a crowd.
Impact is digital. Impact social.
Impact is ready to face a nation's problems, ready to conquer, ready to fix, ready to heal, ready to educate, ready to change, ready to fight, ready to work, ready to illuminate, ready to impact this world. The Impact Network.
Welcome back to the Jewel Tankard Show. Sitting here with my girl Tameka Raymond, sharing a powerful story about what happened with your son. And I just want to tell you also that I really respect you for the courage, because it takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of strength to be able to talk about some of those real vulnerable places in our life, publicly, so to speak. So he was with his father. You got the call. That happened. You were talking to him at the hospital room and saying, listen, baby, if you need to go, Mommy will let you, even though that's not really what you were feeling.
I didn't want him to, but I knew that, like I said, it's not something I had control over.
Right.
So, I kind of, but what I will say, it provides me comfort. I had 2.5 weeks to be in the hospital with him. And I slept there every day. I didn't leave. And I just talked to him so much and read to him. And I don't know, I think it really helped me to have that time. Whereas I hear about some tragedies, a person's instant, there was never any closure. I think I kind of got a bit of closure. I was always preparing myself, for it to go either way.
Absolutely. Your other children, during this time that this all happened, what did that look like? I mean, I'm sure they visited, they came back and forth. I have a son that's just 2 years older than Kyle would have been, and he stayed with me some days. I had family kind of rotating and taking care of them, but they came every day. Everybody checked on me. Sure. So I'm sure after that time, you probably lots of family time, just kind of reinforcing. I think obviously I shut down for probably 7 or 8 months. I wasn't sure what I was going to do next. I was just talking to God, like, okay,
This is a big one. Like I've handled many tragedies, and lost my grandmom and this, that, and the other. But this was like a whammy. So I had to kind of hit a reset button and figure out what I was going to do. I was okay. I got to recalibrate right now. Yeah. And what am I going to do next? Do I go back to styling? Right. Do I want to go back? I didn't know what to do. Yeah. Because I just was discombobulated. Right. You literally, it really turns your world upside down. Yeah. And you don't know if you want to live. Yeah. But I had to. I have other children. Right. Absolutely. So when people ask me about my strength, it's kind of like a pain similar to my shoes right now. No, but listen, it's how you get in so much pain that it numbs. Right. It's almost too much. It's almost too painful. Yeah. So you kind of just, I just went laser focused. Right. And I thought about it, I said, I want to do something to honor him. Yeah. And so I started Kyle's World. And so I launched the foundation on his birthday, would have been his 12th birthday. Wow. And it was a great event. We had a big launch party. Oh, good. I had huge posters and everything made. And the foundation, the focus of it, Kyle loved the performing arts. Oh. He loved to sing, dance. He painted, he burned CDs. He made the labels. Oh, he made videos. He has like 40 YouTube videos. Really? Right now. Oh, wow. And I used to say, Kyle, if you don't take those videos down, some stalker's gonna come. I was so afraid. Yeah. But that was why he never took them down, I guess. Wow, powerful, powerful. So tell us a little bit about what's going on with the foundation. How can, we get involved? What's going on with the camp? I know you're doing a camp. The hardest challenge that I'm facing is just getting donations and keeping, people don't realize how much funding it takes to have someone to answer the phone, someone to send out the t-shirts, someone to organize the camps. Right. Fundraising has been the hardest part. Okay. I funded the first 2 camps. Okay. Year 1 and 2. We're going into our 3rd, so we really need. That's awesome. We need funds. So how long is the camp? What are the months? It's it's July 6th through the 24th this year. And what happens during the camps? Is it a performing art? It is. It's a performing arts camp. Nice. So each student chooses a major and a minor. Okay. So if you have like chorus as your major, you're in chorus for the first part of the day. And this is a 3-week course. Okay. And from day 1, they'll get like their script, they'll get their songs. That's nice. They're learning everything to be prepared for the finale. The finale, so we have a finale performance. Wow. So from day 1, it's like you're auditioning for parts. Oh, wow. So it's really cool. It's interactive. Yeah, the teachers are very good. That is awesome. So do you teach in the camp? I'm like Debbie Allen. I walk in, fame costs. I'm the one that's in there snapping, you are not moving. Yeah, no, I really am just really the director. I'm just kind of walking around, making sure the nuts and bolts, making sure the lunches are delivered. I'm handling the admin stuff. Now, is there a cost to it for children? It does cost now, but I'd like for it to be a free camp. Okay. I want to, reach children that are in underserved communities. Yeah, kids absolutely. That just, they have the talent, they just don't have the means or the outlet. Right, exactly. So, right now, we're not able to make it a free camp. Okay. Because we just don't have any funds. They don't have it in there. So you've gotten teachers from the community to come in? No, we have professional. Oh. Yeah, like the choreographer, Victor Jackson. He does Iggy Azalea and all kinds of people. He's been on Bravo. Right, exactly, yeah. Right. So Victor has done our choreography for 2 years. Oh, that is great. Yeah, and then we have like vocal coaches. We had 2 different ones. The first year we had one, she was actually a gospel singer. I'm so sorry, I can't remember her name. But she taught the kids songs, and they did like our finale is always good. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, it's wonderful. I love that. So you've got the foundation going on, you've got the camp going on, starts in July. Yes. Talk about, girl, I want to hear about this book, okay? White Bras and 101 Other Style Faux Pas. Come on, somebody. So why you call it white bras? Where'd that come from? Because my big thing that I don't like in fashion are white bras. Ah. They're against the law in 48 states. You can't wear them, burn them, start a bonfire. Got you. Okay. Generally, just think about it. I'm wearing a white blouse. Right. I may or may not have on a white bra right now, but it's not white. Right, right. But think about it. If you wear a white bra, you see the outline Even more
Got
so.
you. Okay.
You go with nude or black.
Okay.
You know, you try to stay away from a white bra.
Right, exactly.
At all costs. So it's kind of just it's just like a funny title, but it truly is style tips.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like a style guide. It tells you kind of right and wrong, like kind of, you know, mom jeans, you know, kind of stay away from them.
Right.
Tips like that.
Which I think is huge because you've styled for some of the top celebrities of our time. Talk about some of the people that you've styled, because I know you won some major recognition.
Let me see, I've worked with everybody. I mean,
Tony, right? Tony Braxton?
Oh, I did Tony Braxton, of course. I've done Usher, I did Ludacris, Sierra, I mean, Jay-Z.
Wow, girl, I know you did Jay-Z.
A long-term client for me.
Really?
Yeah, I did Lauren. God, I've done Genuine, Nas. I mean, pretty much everybody.
That is awesome.
Pretty much everybody.
So are you still styling for celebrities
a little bit. I just don't really have as much time.
Okay.
Now I teach a course. The Style Theory Tour is what I'm doing.
Yeah, tell me about that.
So Style Theory, we essentially are going from different cities, major cities, and we are teaching kind of the basics. You kind of get, you know, you get 2 hours of fashion, 2 hours of makeup. So like I had Ashunta on my tour. She does Taraji and Lala and Alicia Keys. And then we'll have professional hairstylists like Kaya Wright, who does everyone, Gabrielle Union. And yeah, so
that's awesome.
Yeah, we have some top people on the tour.
So where are you going this year? Do you know?
I've been to, already we've done Miami, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Las Vegas. Next week I go to, where's my next one? I go to San Francisco, it's my hometown.
Oh, that's
I'm from Oakland.
Yeah.
And then I go to Houston.
Okay.
And then soon I'm going to come to Nashville.
Yes. That is great.
So, yeah.
Well, I just want to tell you congratulations. I think you've had a phenomenal career. I admire your courage. Just know God is with you, praying for you, asking God to continue to make you stronger and stronger and better. And just know, I believe without a shadow of a doubt, your footsteps have been ordered. That God is helping you and that there's a ministry really that's on the inside of you that's going to birth. And you're going to be able to preach, not just help folks get their image together,
that's right,
but be able to preach the word of God to encourage them, even in those seasons where you didn't feel like, okay, where he at right now? But he was there, you know, all along. So anyway, just know I'm proud of you. Now, this is what we're going to do. We do a game called What Would You Do? Okay? So I'm going to ask you a question and just tell me what you think, okay? Lisa from Los Angeles is a 45-year-old stay-at-home mom of 3 who enjoys arts and crafts. She got divorced 30 days ago and has been out of the workforce for 14 years.
Tell her to come to Kyle's World. And
you said you got some work for her.
We need volunteers.
You got some work for her.
I'm joking.
Okay, but listen to this. Her ex-husband is very successful, and Lisa's grown accustomed to living a life of, you know, very luxurious lifestyle, complete with her own chef, housekeepers, drivers, $1 million wardrobe, all that. However, in the divorce, her husband was awarded their home cars, and she's only receiving $20,000 a month alimony, in which the majority, I know, right? But you know, she got a little spoiled, in which the majority goes to pay for her children's private school education. If you were Lisa, what would you do?
Be happy.
You say,
ma'am.
Right.
Ma'am.
Right.
Yeah. She's doing okay.
Okay.
Lisa's okay. If she needs more than that, there is a such thing as excess.
Right.
You know, of course, anybody could do something with more money.
Right.
But $20,000 is a nice amount.
Yeah.
You downsize, you make it work.
Right.
You know, you're blessed. I mean, some people don't make but $20,000 a year.
Exactly. Right.
A month.
Yeah.
Lisa, can we trade?
Right. Now, do you think that Lisa might need to go get, because it says she hasn't worked for 14 years.
Is there a place?
I mean, I'm thinking, she needs a reality check, but I'm thinking, doesn't she probably need to go out and get a job or maybe develop a career, start a business or something where she has something that she can call her own? You know, her skill set may not be that. It took for me to learn that not everybody is entrepreneurial or she probably hasn't been in the work, you said 14 years. Yeah. So she's probably like way behind. She's probably using a data processor. Right. She's not, technically, things have changed. We're digital now. Yeah. Lisa may not be digital. Right. Okay. Lisa sounds very monologue to me.
So I think that we, no, but we have to tell Lisa to just downsize, cut back on some of the things she's used to.
Yeah.
Learn how to polish her own nails.
Right.
Learn how to throw a curl in her hair if she has to.
Exactly.
She can make that work. She should be able to make that work.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm
and
thinking,
save a couple dollars.
Yeah, I was supposed to say and save, and maybe even if she doesn't want to start her own business, maybe she needs to go get a job because I don't know how long the alimony is gonna last.
Well, how old are the kids?
I know, right? I mean, you know what I mean? I don't.
But with $20,000 a month, I think that she should be able to live off of like maybe 15,
right?
And save $5 a month.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's what I would do.
Yeah. No, I think that's really,
what
really
I
good.
would do.
That's really, really good. Yeah, that's good. So now tell us. So Lisa, you know what you're supposed to do now,
that
girl.
$60,000 a year you should be saving.
Yeah.
Or donating.
Yeah, that's good to the foundation.
Well, something, because truthfully, I think that when you pay it forward, it comes back in abundance.
Absolutely.
So I do believe that.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. So now, just in the last, we just got a few seconds left. Kyle's Foundation. What somebody watching saying, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know that." What do they need to do? How can they help?
If everyone were to donate $20. That's a small denomination.
It is.
But $20, if I had 1,000 people to do that, that would fund everything.
Wow.
Fund, at least for the camp.
So 1,000 people doing $20 each.
It would make
that is so easy.
We'd have camp. Kids would come for free.
They come for free.
So a lot of people can't afford camp. And that's the part that concerns me.
That's the part that concerns.
And I'm missing kids because of that.
Listen, I want to tell you thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
So good, so courageous. I'm proud of you. All right, you heard it live right here with Tameka Raymond. All right, now it's time for Reality Watch. Woo, what do we have today? Let's talk season 1 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. It's been a wild ride for Tierra Marie, from her fallout with her ex-bestie Hazel E to the ongoing drama with her ex-boyfriend Ray J, off and on relationship for the last 8 years. But glad to know that Tierra is keeping it moving and finally getting back in the studio to record music. This Detroit native, homegirl, yes, has experienced plenty of ups and downs in the relationship arena. This is what I want to say about Tierra that I really, really respect. She could have allowed her relationship with Ray J, the up and down, to really stop her and paralyze. I mean, she could have fell into a depression. You know, she could have been mad. She could have been bitter. But she said, you know what? Let me keep moving. Let me take my gift that God has given me and let me get right back on track. And so I want to encourage you. You may have had ups and downs in your life. Maybe your relationship didn't work out like you thought it should have. You know, you guys probably know, most of you know my testimony. My ex-husband called me one day and said, look, I'm not coming back. And, you know, I thought I was going to cry, but then after I thought about it, I said, I spent 2 years in an abusive relationship. I dried my eyes up, went got a new weave, went to Hilton Head with my girlfriend and kept it moving. It's the best thing that you can do. Don't allow a relationship to deter you from the God-given destiny that God ordained for you to be in. Listen, when other people trip out in your life, it doesn't mean God changed his mind about what he called you to do. So the best thing that you can do is pick up your bootstraps, get around other people that will encourage you, celebrate you, but the last thing you need to do is stop because somebody was tripping or changed their mind. So until next time on the Jewel Tankard Show, remember, you can have it all.